What's up guys, just Messi here and welcome to a brand new video, and welcome to a video today talking about players that have got contracts that expire at the end of this season. And you're probably thinking, Ross, how does that even tie in with now? How is it relevant to the January transfer window? But it's because players can now sign a pre-contract agreement and sign for a club at the start of next season. An example from this time last year is Joel Matip going to Liverpool from Schalke. Now, he didn't join us until the start of the summer window, but basically it means you can get in there and get the player. But it also could mean their current club may sell them in this window for a reduced fee. And I also want to point out some of the players may sign a new deal or get a new contract before the end of the season, so it doesn't really count for them, but most of them, they may be in the market at some stage or another. So before we get started, as always, you show support by leaving a like rating, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content, and in the comments below, out of these potential free agents, who would you want your club to sign? And also, if you missed today's first video, it'll be down below in the description box. It's at 8 AM transfers, which will be now until the end of the window every single day. So starting off today, very first player is Santi Cazorla of Arsenal. He's a key player for them, although recently he has been injured a fair amount, but Granit Xhaka, to be fair to him, has filled in the role pretty damn well. But Santi Cazorla, a fantastic player, he's the top tier player to be honest, and I think he'll probably get a new contract because I don't think Arsenal will let him go. Well, if they did, I think it'd be a bad move because a lot of clubs could benefit on that and jump in and try and get him into their team for the upcoming season. Then we go on to the next player, Jesus Navas, and I think I heard yesterday when we played Man City that he has scored one goal in his last 100 appearances for the club, which is pretty damn terrible. And I mean, at Sevilla, he was pretty good at the start. Then I remember on FIFA 13, I think it was, he got that team of the season card, and I think his stats for the season were 1 assist, 0 goals, and he got a team of the season. But either way, Navas is on the market potentially. Right now, he is a fringe player under Pep Guardiola, gets some appearances now and then, but doesn't really start too many games. Then we go on to Axel Witsel. Now this one, I don't think he'll be a free agent because obviously he was very close to joining Juventus in this upcoming window now, but apparently now he's turned them down and is going to go to China for the big money. So some people, they're looking down and why are you doing that? Obviously just in it for the money, as Juventus it's a massive club to turn down, to then go off to the Chinese Super League where it may even harm his reputation getting to the national team. But either way, Axel Witsel, I'm pretty sure will be at a club before the start of next season. Then we go on to Cedro Berahino. Now go back, say 2-3 years ago, he was very close to joining Tottenham for quite a big fee. I think there's a couple of other clubs in there as well, but they could have got 25 mil out of him at one point. I'm not saying now, but now it looks like he will go on a free transfer because he's not really doing anything. Now I believe he turns 24 at the end of the season, and for a player that I think when he was 21 years old, he was doing very well for himself, getting a lot of goals and stuff, and was again, like I said before, on the verge of a very big move for it. But now he's not really doing anything, and I'm not sure who he'll end up at, maybe quite a few clubs that come in from in January. West Brom may even cash in. Then we go on to Tyson, a player that I'm not going to lie, I've not really seen too much of, so I'm not going to talk about him too much, to be honest. Plays for Shakhtar Donetsk currently and was born in 1998. So what, he's 29 years old? Yeah, 29 in a few days. But he's a good card on FIFA, so that's the reason I put him in here. Then we go on to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Now, he will not be a free agent because I'm pretty certain now Mourinho has said multiple times that Ibra will get a second year. And it's very obvious to see why. At first, he came in, done very well for himself, went through a very dry patch, I think the longest in his whole career. But since then, he really is killing it. Probably definitely on the borderline of getting player of the month now for December, and that would be a filthy, filthy card, by the way. But either way, Ibra, I think, obviously definitely will get a second year at United, and it's understandable why. Then we go on to Yaya Toure. Now, at the start when Pep joined, he wasn't getting a team at all. In fact, his agent and Pep fell out, and it really wasn't looking very good for them. But then they got a couple of injuries. Yaya himself did apologise. His very first game back, he did actually score a goal against Crystal Palace, I think it was. Now, by the end of the season, he'll be 34 years old. And do I think he has much of a future at Man City under Pep Guardiola? I'd probably say no, because Pep from now on, obviously Gundogan has a horrible injury, keep him out for the whole season, I think it is. So Yaya will be used for now, but by the end of the season, the end of the summer and stuff, they'll be buying new players, and Yaya will go back down the pecking order. But whoever gets him, he may be quite lazy now, but still, push him further forward, a very, very good player and very clinical. Then we go on to Ian Robben, and I think apparently he will be getting a new deal. Now, when he stays injury-free, he is still a world-class player. Despite him being 32 years old, coming up to 33, the guy is still like a top-tier player, and it's understandable why Bayern do want to keep him. And do I think he'll leave? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he'll stay at Bayern at least for a couple more years. Then we go on to John-Obi Mikel. A lot of rumours saying he could go to China or potentially even Marseille or Watford, I think it was. And I think he'll be leaving Chelsea. He just isn't getting anywhere near the team at Chelsea right now. Of course, 13-game win streak, the likes of Kante and Matic in the CM role. And Fabregas now, who's worked his way back into the lineup. So Mikel, again, I think he'll be leaving. Followed by Per Mertesacker. Now, is he currently the captain, but currently injured or whatever? By the way, Mertesacker, he is 32 years old, I believe, and to be honest, I think Arsenal now, they're in a good position with Laurent Koscielny and also Mustafi, so may look to get rid of Mertesacker and reduce the wage bill ever so slightly. Then we go on to Fernando Torres, a player that at one stage I didn't really like him because how he left us, but now it's understandable why he went. He won trophies and that at Chelsea, but I think has also got a potential contract extension coming up at Atletico, at least for one more year. And Atletico are his boyhood club, so it would not surprise me if he ends up retiring there. Followed by Pablo Zabaleta. Now, a lot of Man City's trouble right now. A lot of their fans are saying it's because the age of their fullbacks. They've got Zabaleta, Bakary Sagna, and also Kolarov. I think maybe is there one more in there? Either way, I believe they're all 30 plus, which in some cases is not actually that old, but in comparison to what other teams around them in the Premier League have, most of them are very young and upcoming fullbacks. Whereas Man City's, they're coming towards the end of their careers. Now we go on to Branislav Ivanovic, talking about a player that really hasn't done much at Chelsea, to be honest. Like, he used to be a pivotal part of their defence, either at right back or every now and then at centre back. But since then, last 2 or 3 years, maybe, 2 years, he really has dropped off it a lot, performance-wise especially. Last season in particular, he really wasn't anywhere near the standard we're used to for Branislav Ivanovic. Like, you go back 4 years or so, this guy scored so many important goals for Chelsea. He was pretty much like their Ramos. Either important goals or very, very late ones to get them a win and grind out the results. So Ivanovic probably will move on. Followed by Lucas Leiva. Now, he is only 6 months or so now off getting a testimonial match for 10 years at a club. A crazy loyal servant. But right now, it does look like he'll be leaving on loan for the rest of the season at Inter Milan. And I think, personally, I would keep him because we haven't really got too much backup in regards to DM. Like yesterday against Man City, Henderson came off with apparently a slight calf injury. So Lucas, that may put his loan deal to Inter off a little bit for now. Also a backup centre-back. But Lucas, I really like him. And like I said at the start, a fantastic servant. Then we go on to Paul George and Tep. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen too much of him. But in regards to FIFA Ultimate Team, a great card. Also born in 1992. So again, quite young. And I imagine a few clubs may be after him, not sure who, but could get a move very soon. Followed by Gael Clichy in the same situation as Zabaleta. The Man City fullbacks right now, they're aging a little bit. And Clichy, he isn't really up to the standards anymore. I mean, he used to be when he first joined them, like just after Arsenal. But ever since then, not really been the standard that Man City are really looking for. Next up is West Ham United's Adrian. Again, not sure if he'll get a new deal or not, but I think right now, Randolph is the goalkeeper. So he may be dropped. He may have had an injury, not too sure. Next player is Bakary Sagna again, the same as Clichy and also Zabaleta, just getting on a little bit now. And although last season was very, very good for them, I think this year there has been a few complaints here and there. Followed by Antonio Valencia. Now, I'm pretty sure I have seen the news. He'll be getting a new contract this season. Especially at the start of this season, he was putting in some ridiculous crosses for Zlatan, who was finishing them off. Followed by Mario Balotelli, and a player that obviously very, very controversial, but I think he'll be getting a new deal at Nice, probably something that will trigger one because he's been killing it. And for so long now, we all know how much potential he's always had, just he hasn't really put in the work ethic to kind of match it and become a top class player, but he's still 26 years old, not actually hit his prime yet, so I give it a couple more years, potentially he could finally reach it. Then we go on to Kolasinac, I think his name is, from Schalke. Has been into a pre-contract agreement to Liverpool. That's probably just the fact that Joel Matip joined before, and we may look for a left-back in the summer. And he also plays in the Bundesliga. Next up, we go on to Pepe, a player that in the last year or so has won Euro 2016, also won the Champions League multiple times with Real Madrid. He's pretty much won everything now, and I think there are a lot of rumours saying he will be leaving at the end of the year. Not sure what club to, he may even retire. He'll be 34 in February, so it may be something to look into potentially. Although if a club does get him, they'll get a world-class defender who I think will get in Team of the Year in just about a week or so now. Then we go on to Daniele De Rossi, a Roma legend, been there his whole career, and there are a lot of rumours saying he could move on, but I think potentially could get a new deal. But I would have to read more on that one, as to be honest, not too sure. Then we go on to the final set of players. I'll go through these quite quickly. First up, Akichi from Trabzonspor, followed by Gonzalo Rodriguez from Fiorentina. Then we go on to Gazelle. He was linked to West Ham and also Everton back in the summer, so they may kind of rekindle their interest in this window. Followed by Benoit Tremolinas, a fantastic player on FIFA Ultimate Team. Then we go to Xabi Alonso, a legend, although he's currently going to be 36 years old in November, or he's 35 right now, so he may even retire at the end of the year. And then we go on to Quaresma of Besiktas. Now, he's still got so much skill about him, and he's also 33 years old, so he's getting on a little bit, but still a few clubs they could do with him. And the final ones I've not really mentioned in this video, we've got Glenn Johnson, a guy called Kachuredi or something from Dynamo Kiev. Not sure how good he is, but he has got a good valuation on Transfer Market. Choupo-Moting, Costil, Sergio Cerci from Atletico Madrid. Then we go on to Cheju, Honda, Velosa, Tiote, we've got Masonda at Chelsea, Serna, Huntelaar, Charlie Adam, Kalu, and finally Joe Ledley. So a lot of big players up for grabs, and a lot of them may even move in this window. And that is going to be all the potential biggest name free transfers for this upcoming window and also the summer with pre-contract agreements. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, show support by leaving a like rating. That'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content. In the comments below, if you could sign any of these players in a free transfer, who would it be? And if you missed yesterday's video and today's first video, it will be down below in the description box. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.